Ladies and gentlemen, this is your host Dreamcatcher, and today we're going to talk about YouTube. YouTube is run by Google, and it is under no legal obligation to give anyone a voice. Now recently, this gentleman lost his channel as a result of having a series of infractions with YouTube. No doubt, he's well liked. He has a fierce, zealot-like following, and a lot of you are upset, and I'm going to talk to everyone here like an adult. Let's pretend for a second YouTube is a forum, or a Skype call group, or any other online gathering. Mr. Enter has repeatedly broken the rules, no matter how arbitrary those rules are, and got kicked. I've been in that boat. Have you been in that boat? It really sucks. One moment you feel like you deserve to be somewhere, and then it's gone. This magically doesn't just happen. Mr. Enter had 2 copyright strikes, and should have delicately been dancing along the edge of a knife, which he totally was. That knife being Viacom. Have you ever seen JelloApocalypse's video?
Except for TV shows, movies, porn, gore, criminal activity, or footage from Nintendo games. Oh, and don't even think about uploading anything for Viacom.
That's not funny because it's a joke, it's funny because it's true. Ever get a ticket for speeding? How often do you get away with speeding before you get that ticket? Mr. Enter got multiple infractions for using that content. At some point in time, like many content creators, he could have gone back to his format and thought, maybe I could change the layout and avoid this. Digibro did this back in the day. And every once in a while, when he'd go overboard for showing too much content, he'd eat a copyright strike. And do you know what happens after that? He'd go back to his best behavior. I've had a strike before. It sucks. It's a miserable experience. It's also meant to be a wake-up call. Now this is going to be a super unpleasant part of the video. So, unpleasant warning, still here. Whose fault is this? There is the idea that it's either YouTube's, Viacom's, or even Mr. Enter's fault. But I'd like to suggest a very unpopular line of thought. Right now, or so I've heard, Mr. is up on Dailymotion, and Dailymotion is a fine website. Hell, I love Dailymotion. If everyone here said, let's all run over to Dailymotion and support Mr. Enter, that's not a terrible idea. Do you see what I'm getting at? You guys, oh hell, we all predominantly go to YouTube. I admit it, I just do it. I'm as much as a YouTube sheep as anyone else. We all collectively made YouTube this place of places on the internet for posting videos. No doubt, there are others, but this is the biggest place on the web. We'd be here all day if I listed off all of YouTube's shortcomings. And even if you agreed with every last one, you'd be here tomorrow. If YouTube ripped down your 5 favorite YouTubers, and they all went over to Dailymotion, most of you would still be on YouTube more often than not. It's burnt into us. But let's get away from those viewpoints for a minute. Ahem. Viacom is the parent company of Paramount Pictures, MTV, and filed a $1 billion lawsuit back in 2007, accusing YouTube of encouraging copyright infringement and profiting when users uploaded unauthorized TV and movie clips. Google argued that the DMCA's safe harbor provision protected it and other internet service providers from being held responsible for copyright infringement committed by the users. Let's put this in retrospect. Google is a billion-dollar company. It took them 3 years to beat Viacom. If I was a gambling man, I wouldn't bet on seeing Mr. Enter back on YouTube anytime soon. Least of all, not on his old channel.